Hey, what's up YouTube? This is 24K signing in. I want to talk about the ending of Raw, June 16, 2014 edition. John Cena versus Kane for the last spot at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view event. And whoever wins Money in the Bank becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion, as we all know by now. I am so sick of seeing Cena in the main event. It's just unbelievable how the WWE keeps shoving this guy in the spotlight. And yes, I get it. Kane is older and he may not be able to wrestle full time. So if they put him in the event, he may not win for that reason, because if you're world heavyweight champion, you have to wrestle a good amount. Maybe that's not necessarily true all the time. If you're world heavyweight champion, maybe you don't necessarily have to be in the show all the time. But at the same time, you're probably going to be in the spotlight a lot being champion. So maybe Kane can't physically wrestle anymore full time. Maybe that's part of the reason why they had Cena win. But that being said, they could have had someone else take Cena's spot. I mean, they could have put Rollins in there. They could have put, I don't know, give someone else a push, like Ziggler, Sandow. Instead, they turned Sandow into a joke. He was the first guy out of the Battle Royale. And Ziggler gets out pretty quickly as well, and he doesn't even eliminate one guy. What are they doing with Ziggler and Sandow? I don't get it. There's so much potential with those guys, and they're just brushing them to the side and making jokes out of them. It's ridiculous. And again, I'm not knocking John Cena as a person. Outside of wrestling, he seems to be a great guy with all the charity work he does. I respect that a lot. But at the same time, what I don't respect is the fact that the WWE kind of exploits John Cena's charity work to push him as a face. To, like, when you see John Cena with, like, an Olympic athlete, with someone who's in the Special Olympics or with the troops or something like that, you can't boo that if you have a heart, in my opinion. Now, whenever I boo him, I boo his character. I don't boo him as a person, but I boo his character, because it's been the same character for the past 10 years. It's so boring. I think it would have been a lot more interesting if they had Kane in the Money in the Bank match. Maybe he may not have won it, but I think it would have been a lot more interesting in my opinion. Yes, Bray Wyatt has been feuding with John Cena, and I understand that angle. But at the same time, you don't necessarily have to have John Cena in every main event, in my opinion. I think the WWE would be better off putting him at the mid-card every once in a while, putting him aside from the main event every once in a while, in my opinion. At the very least, change his character a little bit. Make him heel. I don't think that's ever going to happen, because the WWE will be too afraid to change his character because he sells a lot of t-shirts and all that stuff. I get it. It's a business. I get the business aspect of it. But at the same time, if they change his character, I think it could potentially be a very good thing. But it's never going to happen, and it's so frustrating to see the same thing. It's so damn boring. Why not give other guys a chance? Now, in the Money in the Bank match, the guys that I'll be rooting for are Cesaro, Bray Wyatt, and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns winning the Battle Royal, it was predictable, but I still like him anyways. Like him being inserted in the match at the last second, you knew he was going to win. I mean, that's predictable. And the guys I don't want to win are Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, Randy Orton, and John Cena. Enough of those guys winning already. Have someone else win for once. I think most likely Roman Reigns is probably going to win, but I could be wrong. I hope he, like I said, I hope he, Cesaro, or Bray Wyatt win. I don't necessarily see Bray Wyatt winning, and I see Cesaro maybe winning. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but I really hope they don't go back to Orton or Cena being champion, because that's just ridiculous. And another thing about Kane, if they put Kane in the Money in the Bank match and had him win, I think in a way would have made sense if he could physically compete full time. Because think about it, Kane and Daniel Bryan have been feuding before Daniel Bryan got neck surgery. So when Daniel Bryan comes back, Daniel Bryan would face Kane in the next pay-per-view event match. Daniel Bryan would beat Kane the next day on Raw. Kane would announce his retirement as a wrestler. He'll still be involved in WWE. We'll still see him on the show from time to time as part of the Authority or doing behind-the-scenes types of stuff, but he would retire as a wrestler. I could see that scenario play out, but that's not going to happen, obviously. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the Shield unofficially breaking up. They never specifically mentioned it. Obviously, Seth Rollins leaving the Shield is a dent to the Shield, whatever's left of the Shield, with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. But the Shield wasn't 100% officially broken up. But now Dean Ambrose has new music, and he's dressing differently. And Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins is going to be feuding. And one thing that doesn't, which makes sense, but one thing that doesn't make sense is Roman Reigns. It's hard to judge just based on one Raw. I mean, the Shield are disbanding. Like, it's kind of in the beginning of the Shield, beginning of the end of the Shield, in my opinion. But one thing I don't understand is Reigns didn't interfere at all with Rollins' matches, because you would think Reigns would still be pissed at Rollins. So, if anything, you would think Reigns would be feuding with Ambrose as well. But I guess they're making Reigns' character go in a different direction. I heard that he may possibly face Triple H at some point. But anyways, who knows? Maybe the Shield will reunite at some point. You never know for sure. Who knows what's going to happen? But in my opinion, right now, it looks like it's the beginning of the end of the Shield. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree with me, disagree with me, in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Be on the lookout for future videos. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, AlexGold14, and feel free to subscribe.